Jared Kushner, President Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor at the White House, is going to be testifying for the first time before Congress. He begins Monday with testimony in a closed session of the Senate Intelligence Committee. On Tuesday, he'll be meeting in a closed session of the House Intelligence Committee. Both of these committees are conducting their own investigations of Russia's interference with the 2016 election, including any possible collusion or coordination with the Trump campaign and its associates. So on Monday morning, Jared Kushner released a prepared statement. It's 11 pages long, and it really lays out, from his perspective, his role in the campaign and builds a narrative and explains the 4 different meetings that he had with Russian officials, 2 of them during the campaign and 2 of them during the transition phase. 2 of the meetings were with the Russian ambassador, Sergei Kislyak, and 2 other meetings. One was with the Russian lawyer that his brother-in-law, Donald Trump Jr., helped organize, and the 4th meeting was with a Russian banker who's very close to President Putin. So in his prepared testimony, Jared Kushner sort of describes his role as that of a taskmaster, somebody who was in it for the right reasons, who just kept his head down and did his job and achieved tasks step by step. And through the course of the campaign, he assumed more and more responsibility, ultimately becoming sort of the gatekeeper, the liaison with foreign government officials. And he describes this campaign as chaotic, fast-paced, making decisions on the fly. And so that's his rationale for why he may have gone into some of these meetings without sort of intending to do any wrong. Kushner said in his statement, quote, "I did not collude nor know of anyone else in the campaign who colluded with any foreign government. I had no improper contacts. I have not relied on Russian funds to finance my business activities in the private sector." So that's a pretty clear, hard and fast denial that there was any collusion on his part, at least. At issue here is that Kushner did not disclose a number of foreign contacts, more than 100 of them, on his SF-86 form, which is required for him to receive security clearance to be working in the White House. The explanation that he provides is largely an administrative one. He says that his assistant accidentally submitted a rough draft of the form without realizing it hadn't been completed, and that he then provided supplemental information about these foreign contacts. Certainly it's a subject of controversy, not only in the security clearance process, which has been held up for Kushner, but also drawn the scrutiny of the Senate investigators and the House investigators, and potentially the Mueller special counsel investigation. I think there are a couple areas where we can expect senators to really drill down with Kushner that are not discussed in the opening statement. For example, Kushner doesn't explain what he did after these meetings and who he may have talked to about them. Did he go brief Donald Trump after his meeting during the campaign with the Russian ambassador, for example? Another line of questioning could be, what does Jared Kushner know about other meetings that other people on the campaign may have had? For Trump, it's a really high-stakes hearing because this is one of his closest advisors in the White House. But even more might be at stake for Kushner personally. You know, if he's found to be saying something that's not true or not fully true, or somehow putting a falsehood in writing in that 11-page statement, or in his answers to these questions, he could expose himself to potential legal charges.